Hey everyone, welcome back to the Triad Chord Scale series. This is a really cool flamenco style lick from the song Tamacun by Rodrigo and Gabriela. It uses the chord scale we just taught in the last lesson, so it starts to give you some musical context for it. So yeah, here we go, let's get right into it. So the first chord in this is an A minor chord, but again, it uses the second inversion triad chord scale that we used before. So it has the middle finger on, that would be the 9th fret of the G string, the ring finger on the 10th fret of the B string, and the pointer finger on the 8th fret of the E string. See if you can get that. And then you can either use a pick. I'm going to use my fingers for now. And finger picking is a little easier way to do it. But you start on the E string, kind of arpeggio down and arpeggio up. You go down. So it's like, in terms of string numbers, you go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. See if you can just get that. 1, 2, 3, play along. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. So that's the next part. Now you're going to switch down to a G chord right below that. Again, I kind of tend to slide my ring finger back on the same string, but kind of switch these fingers around. So the pointer in the middle are on 7 on the G and E strings respectively, and then the middle finger still on the B string there. And then you do a very similar shape, but the rhythm kind of comes in a syncopation. And then you got an extra melodic note. So use the same picking pattern before and then add that D at the end. Once you feel like you've got the notes, I'm going to play it with this first A minor part so you can sense the rhythm. It's a syncopation going into it. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So those are the first two chords. There are 2 more chords in this, and then over the E chord, there's some kind of fancy variation. So let's do one thing at a time. So we had the G chord. The next chord is a C. I usually do this C. I usually take my little mini bar there, kind of flat across 8 on the E and B strings, and then use my middle finger to play 9 on the G string. So I believe you can use the same picking pattern. Same picking pattern as you used, you know, it goes 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So play that same picking pattern with me if you get a second. Here we go. 3, 2, 4, Wait, 2, 3, 4. Now let's weave it in with the parts before. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that again. 2, 3, and. 1, 2, 3 again. The last part is a melodic shape that goes around an E triad. It basically goes around this E triad right here. It's a pointer finger on 7 on the E string, and then I usually use the pinky and the ring on 9 on the G and the B strings. But you lead into it with a little melody. You go pinky on 10, middle finger on 8, and then pointer finger on 7. So you kind of, and then the other 2 notes, the arpeggio. So once you got those notes, 10, 8, 7, 9, 9 on these 2 strings. Let's count into that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're syncopated. 3 and 1. 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4. The E riff kind of comes right on the end of 4 there. So tricky syncopation. All right, if you've got that much so far, let's try to put it all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and... Now, what happens after that, Rodrigo tends to play that riff again and again and again, but every time he has little extra melodic variations that he does on the E chord. I'm going to let you kind of develop your own, or you can kind of watch some of the ones that he does, but that basic format just happens again and again and again and again. And you can see, in a way, he's just arpeggiating triads right out of the chord scale, and occasionally adding extra notes from them. But that's really what makes a lot of Spanish melodies come alive. A lot of flamenco-influenced melodies, that's what they do. They arpeggiate a simple triad, and then they add a note that's kind of around the triad, or they kind of follow out of it or through it with the scale. You're going to see that if you go further in this song. It's a lot of what happens here. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, and like I said, keep checking out more of the series if you want to learn more techniques to solo with triads or just musical ways to put them into action. Thanks for sticking with us, and yeah, hope to see you again soon.